Hello and welcome all to our third interview with Juntos. So to explain, Juntos is the youth section of the RISC-RISE Consortium, which is all about bringing people together and creating a worldwide dialogue. In our project, Normal Lives, Inspirational Stories, Women of Today, we create a platform for amazing women to share their story and for the youth of today to be inspired. Sandra?
Sandra, your microphone is up.
So sorry, it happens all the time, even though we've been practicing for months and months on end now. Huh? Well, I'm super excited that we have Dung here today. So Dung and I, we met in Da Nang. During most of the Corona time, I spent my time in Da Nang, that's in the center of Vietnam. And there I came across Dung and her organization, Cormis, and I thought she has to be on our interview panel. She's a woman dedicated to, I would say, changing the world, even though I know you're very modest and you're probably not going to agree with me, but I think what you do is amazing. You're trying to help marginalized people, like finding their own way and getting a say in society. And I think this is something that is so important, and I'm really, really proud and honored to have you here during our interview today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Sandra.
So let's get started. So first of all, can you tell us where are you from and where do you live?
So I was born in Hue City. I think you guys don't know it, but it is a city, very beautiful city in the central of Vietnam. That's in my homeland. And after graduated, I moved to Da Nang city where I met Sandra. So now I live in Da Nang city, also a city of the central of Vietnam.
Thank you. Would you mind telling us how old you are?
I am 43 years old already.
Very young. And could you also please tell us a little bit about your work and what you do?
Yeah. So I think while I studied at university, I was trained to become a teacher. But unfortunately, after graduated, I didn't become a teacher. I do something else. So I become, I think, more or less like the social worker. I started with a lot of projects, mainly helping the community to develop in a very sustainable way. So I think I started already like 15 years with this kind of career since I graduated. And now I'm still doing it, but in another way. But the goal is the same, different changing.
It sounds very nice. And if you wouldn't mind telling us a little bit about your family, please.
Yeah. So I just have one brother. I don't have many. I don't have any sister. I just have one older brother. And he's living with my parents in Hue City, where my homeland is. So my family is very small. Parents, and then my older brother, and then me.
Okay, perfect. Okay, what is Cormis and what does Cormis do?
Yeah, and you heard a little bit from Sandra about Cormis. So basically, Cormis is a local center. Thus, people come together to implement we call it like solution or initiative to have the marginalized people to increase their inclusion in the society, to improve the quality of the life in the society. So that's it. Why Comics was born with that mission.
Okay, that's so good. What motivated you to pursue the career you have today?
I will talk a little bit more about what Comis is doing right now, so that you can have a little bit more picture what we are doing right here in Vietnam. So before that question, I think for the first 5 years after Comis were set up, we tried to implement 3 main programs, but aiming to get that goal that I mentioned earlier. So we have 3 main programs. The first one is about the disaster risk reduction. In that program, we try to have the at-risk community to be better prepared and mitigate the impacts from natural disaster. So we come to the community which is very easy to get affected by the natural disaster like flood or storm. We train them, and then we have them to build a plan so that they know when the disaster happens, what they should do. And hopefully with that kind of well plan, they can be more active in responding to the natural disaster. And after the natural disaster is over, they know how to recover. And also normally we also have the post disaster program, meaning after the disaster over, it depends on how much damage the community have. So we come and then we try to provide the like food, basic food, some kind of equipment, or we come to help them rebuild the houses so that they can start their life again. So more or less in this program, we focus on the preparedness and also this post-disaster phase for the community right here in Vietnam. But so far we work mostly in the central of Vietnam, where we can consider this is the heart of the natural disaster in our country. So that is the first main program. And the second one, we focus on the upcycling for well-being. That is the name we call it. So in this program, mostly what we do is we try to research and then upcycle some kind of waste. For example, we upcycle the leftover fabric from the tailor, or from the resort, or from the beach hotel, where they normally discharge the fabric they use already, or maybe the leftover fabric that the tailor already finished the uniform, then they discharge it into the environment. So we collect it back and we upcycle them. Besides, we also upcycle like the fishing net by the fishermen. Now we are on the way to study how to upcycle the coconut skin. You know the coconut? So after you drink water, then we have the cover, the skin outside, and normally we just throw it out. So now we also study how we can maximize using that kind of cover and turn it into something that people can use in the daily life. So those kind of things we are doing right now. And we have the team of women with disability and also with women without disability, but facing a lot of difficulty in their life. For example, they don't have money to live. They don't have job to work. So these women we invite to participate in our program so that they can use the skill they have, and we also build their capacity. We empower them so that they think, well, they are not people who are left behind the society. They have the value. They can contribute to the society through the work in this kind of project. And we hope that with this program we can build the community by connecting people and the resources into the loop of sustainability. So this is the second one. And the third one is about the self and collective care. We call it like that. Because in this program, what we do is just try to train people about the self-help tool so that they can take care of themselves. So with the upcycling program, we help them to earn money, but in this program, we help them to look after themselves. It's about the mental health. So we think this way it can help the woman to live a very balanced life, not all the time just thinking about money or just training, getting a lot of training, but we also want to remind them about how they can find peace in their body, how they can be, how they can feel peaceful, how they can connect with their body so that they feel calm in the body. So it helps them to be very balanced in their life. And this third program, we focus on that kind of thing. And we hope that with this program, we can bring out the inner strength of the community, especially the marginalized people. They feel more confident. They feel, oh, we are also strong. We can speak out what we want to say in a very confident way. And by that, we hope that the community will increase the solidarity, and it can also increase the sustainability in the community. So these are the main programs that we are running right now. To answer your question about what motivates me to work, I don't know, but since I work for the organization after I graduated, because I work a lot with the community, so I can see beside the cities, in the rural area right now in Vietnam, there are a lot of people who are facing difficulty in the life, challenging in the life, especially the woman. So I want to contribute my part in that way of helping the community to grow up in a very sustainable way. And another reason is in Vietnam right now, a lot of donors, they think that Vietnam is developing so much. So a lot of donors withdraw Vietnam. And my question is, if the donor withdraw and there's no organization who continue this kind of effort, so how our community will become, especially the marginalized people, who will go with them and who will help them to change their life. So that's kind of question coming into my mind. And then I say, well, I want to go with them. So I just go until now.
Wow, that's so beautiful. How is to manage your own organization?
Yeah, this is a very difficult, because before Comis, I worked for the big organization. We call it like international organization who normally get a lot of funding from outside. So at that moment, I don't have to worry anything about salary, because I have salary, I have funding. If I want to implement the project, I have the funding already, money already in my hand. But now when I set up Comis, I have nothing. But I have to take care of other people. I have to take care of myself as well. So it's very challenging for me to move. But I think I can start slowly. I can start with small scale first, and then hopefully I can build it in a larger scale later. But more or less, I have to find a way to earn living for me, and also find a way to help others to live. So during the day, I have to think how I can live in a very balanced way for me and also for other people. I think it should be balanced, because if I suffer, if I'm not unhappy, I cannot help other people. So I have to divide my time, like some time for me and some time for other people. So just make a good schedule and then go out with that. And if I have any difficulty, then I sit back and then try to change it in the way that I can manage. It's not easy at all, but you know what? By having our own organization, we have a lot of happiness inside. Challenging or difficulty is one side, but when you have your own organization, you can do whatever you want. Yeah, so if you dream something, you can do it with your resources. Even though it is small, but you will feel very happy at night time when you lie on your bed. You will see, oh, today how much far I have gone with my dream. Something like that is it make you feel happy and it give you motivation to go on. I think so.
Thank you a lot. It was amazing. As an empowering activist yourself, what do you think is the most challenging aspect women have to face? And do you have a solution in mind?
Yeah. This is a very good question. And also, this is the most important thing that I prioritize my time for, because when you go in this way, you will see a lot of challenges. But empowering the disadvantaged people is a lot of effort that you have to put on. And to me, I think it's not difficult about giving them skill or knowledge. You can give them, like, you can open the training, you can deliver the training for them, like vocational training or skill training. You can train very easily. But the hardest point is how you can change their attitude, how you can change their way of thinking. This is the hardest part, because if they don't change it, if they don't want you to have to change them, you cannot do anything. For example, in my my team of Upcycling, the women with disability, they know how to sew already. So when we give them some sample to sew it, for example, a small bed like this. For example, this is one sample that the lady make it. And earlier, they don't make something like this. This is a very small piece of fabric that they have to connect to each other to come up with a very nice sample. But they think that, well, this is very difficult to make. I don't want to make this kind of thing. I just want to make a big fabric and then I connect with the big one. So if you don't change their mind of thinking, their way of thinking, their attitude, because if they stick with the old way, they cannot connect the small piece of leftover fabric. They cannot reduce the waste, and by this sample, they can sell more easily rather than the big one with the old fashioned, with the old traditional way of sewing. So people, they think, well, we are satisfied with what we do right now. We are okay already. We don't have to improve anything, for example, like that. So the way they think is the hardest way, that you have to try to persuade them, try to explain them in a way that they think, okay, I want to change. Then you can easily go. Otherwise, if they don't want to change and the attitude is still the same, you cannot do anything. So to me, this is the hardest part, that when we work with the marginalized people, we have to think how we can solve that problem with them. My solution, well, I have to try many ways, but I think the most important thing is when you work with them, you have to behave like you are their friends. You have to love them like you love your family members. I mean, the relationship is very important. They feel safe, they feel okay to be with you, and then slowly, it can help them to change their mind of thinking and the way of thinking, the attitude, and then they will go with you. I think that's the most important. That to me, it is true in my case. I don't know other people how they do, but to me, that's the thing. I think it works well with the people. You love them with your heart, show them, well, I love you by my heart, and then be friend with them, talk to them in a very friendly way, and explain to them why you want them to change. Slowly, I think they will change, and then things will move easily.
So Young, from a perspective of a humanitarian and leader of a transformative organization like yours, what would you like others to know about the beauty of helping out their community?
The beauty?
Yeah. And what makes it helpful and passion, like what drives your passion to help others? And so others could maybe understand in a more deeper way.
Yeah. So people like us, when we do this kind of work, we never think like people will pay back something for us. And to me, I think it is also the thing that motivate me to move forward. That's when you see people change from their side, positive change, even though very small thing, it also make you feel happy because you already contribute to help people to make change in their life. And if you can make something that it come from their own strength, it will be very, like, how to say it, I love the moment when I see people change and they feel very happy with the changes they have. For example, you will see the face, very, very beautiful face, the very beautiful smile with the changes they have in their life. And that's, to me, the most beautiful thing that reward for people like us to work in this field. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think seeing a smile on anyone's face can change any attitude and just make it as positive as possible.
Yeah.
So when you were starting Cormus, did you ever feel as if you wanted to give up on your dreams because there was a moment that made you doubt yourself?
Give up so far? Not yet. I don't know in the future if I have this thinking or not, but so far I don't think about giving up. But I do have some moment that I feel tired. That's moment I have during the way. But giving up, not yet. So far, not yet. Yeah.
And then what tools do you use to overcome difficult times, and what would you suggest others to use in order for them to maybe have a better outlook on life?
I think I don't use very specific and special tools for my case. But I think that one thing I think is very important for me that when those moments happen, something very difficult happen, I have to stay calm. I think that's important. Without being calm, we will not be able to solve the situation, no matter how difficult it is. You have to be calm. Then you can think how the solution should be. So yeah, so I also have to practice a lot for this thing. Like I normally do the meditation at night time. Sometimes I do the tension release exercise. Yeah, so this kind of thing I have to practice so that when I face this kind of situation, I can overcome it in a not a burnout attitude with other people, and also for myself as well. So to me, I think staying calm is the most important thing, and you just practice so that you can become a person like that. Then you can solve the problem.
And last question from my side. The pandemic has obviously touched many lives and it has transformed the world in many different ways. From your perspective, has COVID had an impact on the women of Vietnam? And is there any way to maybe improve the setbacks of the pandemic?
Yes, I think every country suffer, not only in Vietnam, but here, yeah, we do suffer a lot. And at this moment, we are suffering another wave of COVID. So we just have like 2 months free. People can move. But now this week, we are in lockdown again. So I think all people suffer in this moment, but the women, the marginalized women, they suffer more. For example, there have been many cases coming to me and say, I don't have right to eat. I don't have money to pay for my children at school. Yeah, and a lot of cases that women they have the mental issues. So I think it happened already. Just how to solve this issue. So with comments, what we are trying right now is, well, I have been trying by providing job for them, for the ladies, so that they can still work at home and they can still earn money. We also supply the equipment like computer, old cell phone for the children, for the women, so that they can still be able to access to outside through the online activity. And we do the mental health activity online most of the time so that people can stay calm. They feel connected and they feel that they are not alone at this moment. So we still gather together in different way so that, yeah, we can support each other. And I want the lady to feel that they are in the community. They are not alone at this moment. So yeah, that's how we have been trying to help the women that communists are working with right now in Vietnam, the marginalized people, the marginalized women.
Thank you very much for your answer. I mean, everything you've told us up till now is really inspiring. And the last question we have for you today is, what advice would you have for young people?
Huh. um, I have received few cases of young people coming to commerce at a volunteer role. This is also a very, very nice thing that I also want to solve the problem with the people here. I don't say outside Vietnam, but here in Vietnam, I see the situation like most young people, they want to help the marginalized people to improve their life. They do have that kind of thinking and their heart. But the point that I noticed that some people, when they face the difficulties, something challenges, they will withdraw. They will say, oh no, I don't want to do it anymore. So I think if possible, for the young people, don't be afraid like that, because during the whole life, you face a lot of difficulty in your life. So be afraid, don't be afraid of that, and be brave to go up, overcome that. It will help you to grow up more, and you will have more experience, rather than if you just see one thing difficult and you say, well, I don't want to work anymore. I will drop out. It could be very shame. For example, I mean, in the center like us, we really need the young people to come and work with the ladies, the marginalized people, because you know what? When they come, they will inspire also the lady to work, and you guys can also like share experience. The youth, they have a lot of knowledge, a lot of skill in the university, and here the women, they don't have any good background. Some people even they don't know how to write and read. So if this combination can happen, I think it will be win-win approach. You will learn from the ladies, the youth will learn from the lady, and the lady can also learn from the youth. I mean the marginalized people. And this is, we also call inclusion. It doesn't have to be disabled or non-disabled people, but this kind of thing, if it happens, then I think it will be very good way. So the youth can also apply what you learn from what they learn from the university, rather than just study theory in the university and you never apply. You don't know what is wrong and what is not wrong in practical, right? So I do really want to receive more university students coming to commerce, and also for other organizations in the world, same like what we are doing right now, so that you guys can have opportunity to work with the people and then share experience, and then you can grow up a lot if you can move, if you can work with the people, especially you can gain your patience a lot, and the compassion. I think those are the very key element that you come to the organization like us. Without patience, you will not be able to move with the people, because they need your effort to go. And if you are not brave enough, you will skip in the middle of the way, and that will be very shame.
Well, thank you, Young, for all of your wonderful answers. That concludes our interview for today. It has been such a pleasure having you here. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to work with you again in the near future.
Well, that's my pleasure to work with you guys, and I feel very happy to talk with you, share my point of view, and yeah, what I have, I'm happy to share with you guys. And thank you, Sandra, again.
Thank you so much. It was really touching what you said. And I think, judging from the faces I could see, I think you really spoke to their hearts. And I think you gave us all a lot to think about. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. I love you. It was amazing.
Well, thank you for all the compliment. Okay, so if you need anything